Sam, well, it's been a while since we've spoken to you. You're back in training now. Just tell us what it's like to be back and what you've been up to.
Firstly, it's great to be back. It's great to be back doing what we all love doing, whether it be on the coaching side of it or the players. I know everyone's keen to be back and getting back to a form of normality. I think everyone has probably appreciated the need for a bit of structure in their lives and get back to doing what they enjoy doing. So no, we're all grateful to be back, living within the restrictions of what we have to at the minute. So only so many people per room. We're actually allowed in the training ground this week. Last week we weren't allowed in. We were in stage 1, this week we're in stage 2, but still very condensed. Like I said, certain amount of people per room at any one point. Still doing all the daily checks and everything, but it will become the new norm, I'm sure.
Logistics-wise, Sam, too, I mean, it comes down to the minute details, but when you look at carpools, when you get players sharing lifts from maybe the Liverpool area, that kind of thing, how does that work? Is that making it more tricky for players to commute into Shrewsbury?
Yeah, we're now at the point where we've been tested, so some restrictions have been eased a little bit. We can get back into contact training. Last week was all distance training, smaller groups, and spread out. But now we've done the official EFL testing and such, so we can have contact training. So it does make it a little bit easier for players. But like I said, obviously still working and living within these restrictions as well. Fortunately, we are in, and some players travel and some players live local. So that's just how it is, unfortunately.
How does it work with testing? So are players going to be tested every week ahead of games? How does that work?
So so there's 3 stages. You have stage 1, which was the last week, keeping all the distance. Then everyone has to be tested within our bubble, so essential staff only. The training ground becomes a bubble, so everyone here who enters the building is tested. And now we're in stage 2. We need to get tested again next week. And then we get tested again before any competitive games as well. It has relaxed from the Premier League and Championship, who finished off their season. They were getting tested twice a week, every week. And I think what happens in 3-4 weeks' time, I'm not sure. It maybe get relaxed again, but at the minute we're regularly testing as we go into each stage and halfway through each stage as well.
You've had a pre-season friendly against Bala. That went well. By all accounts, you played a very good pressing game, and the football was good too. So you are looking for maybe a slightly different approach to last season. Can you just tell us what the difference you're looking at and why you've come to that conclusion?
Just trying to keep evolving, really. I think it takes a year to 18 months to really nail down any system. And I think we've got very, very good at the 3 at the back, whether it be a 3-4-3 or like a 5-4-1, whichever way around you wanted to call it, but 3 central defenders, which has worked very well for us. We're just trying to add another element to our game and maybe take that next step as a team to take advantage of more situations. Ideally, we need to obviously ultimately score more goals, and I feel this will give us a good chance of doing so, but it'll take a long time to make sure we get it right. So ultimately, we need to win games as well.
Do you think then, when you look back at maybe with the wing-back system that you went with last year, or when you maybe had that 3-4-3, do you feel that you played better then in the system that you're looking to go with now?
I think every system has its benefits. We had a huge amount of success with that 3 at the back. First of all, it kept us up in my first initial year and relatively easily in the end. And then last year, we had some fantastic results against an awful lot of sides doing it. I just think this is another element of can we change and be adaptable. So some games we might still play 3 at the back. Other games we might play this other way, but it's being adaptable for what we face. I think we were very good against the better sides. So Coventry won the league, only lost 3 games. We were one of the teams that beat them. Obviously, the FA Cup run goes without saying. The performances, Bristol City twice, Liverpool were very, very good. Still beat Sunderland, still beat Portsmouth, still beat all the big sides. We struggled sometimes when the onus was on us a little bit to take the game to certain teams, and I think this will certainly help us do that.
Yeah, you want to get pace into your team as well. Do you think you've got enough pace in there as it stands?
I think we've got more pace. I always want even more pace again, so we'll still be looking to add certainly some athleticism to the team as and when that opportunity arises.
Greg Doherty, are you in for him again? And if you are, what's the situation? If you are, I guess you would be facing stiff competition from other clubs.
Yeah, Doc, obviously we know Doc very well. I think the problem with Doc is he's still got 2 years left at Rangers. And given the current climate, I think he is obviously going to attract interest from a number of places. I think with his 2 years left and the financial climate everyone finds, it's quite a tough deal for anyone to get over the line at the minute without blowing or being very, very expensive with him. With the salary cap coming in like it has done in our league, and it makes it really very difficult for anyone to do that with the length of deal that he still has left at Rangers.
Are talks ongoing on that then? Is he an active target?
No, we haven't. We speak to Doc on a regular basis anyway, just because he's become part of the family, really, part of what we are here. So we remain in contact, not just myself, but Brian Caldwell as well. And that's just because he's a good person, his family are good people, so we remain in contact. And obviously, he would be of interest to us, but also a number of clubs. But it's not something that we feel is possible, really, to be honest with you, at the minute.
Omar Beckles, you've got so many people scouring through photographs of the training ground to see who they can see, but we haven't seen Omar yet. Is he set to leave the club?
Yeah, so we made an offer to Omar, and that hasn't been taken. So we're obviously planning without him as we speak at the moment. Yeah.
And the ball, I presume, is still in his court, but the fact that he's turned that down suggests that he may be close to a move elsewhere.
I don't know if, that's up to Omar. I'm not sure how close he is to doing anything, if I'm honest with you. From our point of view, we could only wait so long, so we've had to move on from that option.
So the door is closed, would you say, on Omar playing for you next season?
Yeah, we had to give. It gone on that long that we couldn't hold back any longer, really, and wait any longer to what we had offered, which was, to be fair, a good few months ago now.
Yeah, Sam, what are your intentions for the likes of Ryan Barnett and Ryan Sears? Because they've had a couple of seasons now where they've gone out on loan to lower league clubs, got bad experience. Do you see this as big years for them? Do you have plans for them to go out on loan again, or are they a firm in your head that they could well be playing first team football?
They're in the situation which probably nearly every club, all the young players are in now. They're obviously in with us, training with us, and it's their opportunity to impress now. And how that goes now is really what happens. And I really like both of them. They both look very, very good so far. Now, is it one where we think they're ready to come in and affect the first team, or is it more beneficial where they play games on loan? Time will tell. Ultimately, it depends on their performances in training and in the games as to where they're currently at. But both lads, like I said, are looking very good at the moment.
Yeah, apparently Ryan Barnett in particular shone against Bala playing further up the field. I mean, he's capable of playing both wing back and right wing, or even further forward.
Yeah, he is. He's naturally more of an attacking player. Now, with that, if you are playing higher up the pitch, then you have onus on you where you have to be creative. You have to create. You have to score. And he's certainly capable of doing that. He's still a young player. He's still 20 years old. He is getting to that point now where he's been out and played men's football for the last couple of years on loan. He has to take that step up. Hopefully he does that with us sooner rather than later. If not, is it one that he needs a few more games and then comes back in? But as I said, right now he is looking good. Yeah.
Finally, from me, Ollie Norburn. I take it he's still on schedule for being able to be picked on the first game.
Yeah, he's looking very strong, very good in training as we ease him back in. Ease him back into not physical work, but full contact training, which is what we're the current situation we're in. So gradually easing back in without any, not going from passive to full on tackling or being tackled and contact training. So we're easing him back in.